Where You Dare is an album born of a rediscovered recording from 1978. Yes, that long ago. A wonderful resurrection of the folk duo Colter and Galloway. I'm Trish Colter, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my musical partnership with Nora Galloway and how Dream Where You Dare came to be. Nora and I met in 1975 at Camp White Bear in Temagami, Ontario. We were both on staff and we had our guitars with us, and we had both been singing and playing and writing original material, so we just connected. So we started to play up at camp with the beautiful background of Lake Temagami. Back in London, Ontario, where we both had graduated from university, we started to pursue work as a folk duo in earnest. It was an incredible time in London in the mid to late 70s, a mecca for folk musicians, and there were wonderful coffee houses and clubs in which to perform. And we were able to hear and interact with so many great musicians. Hearing those musicians live, along with our love of recording artists like Joni Mitchell, provided a strong impetus to work on our own music. With the encouragement and advice from our good friend Dawn Spanner, a graduate of the Music Industry Arts program at Fanshawe College, we formed Colter and Galloway. One of our first major public performances was at the Home County Folk Festival on the open stage, and we had a short but very favorable review in the London Free Press, which was pretty exciting for us at the time. And then Billy Anderson, who was so supportive of emerging talent and whose club Uncle Billy's was one of the fixtures in London, started to book us as an opening act for some of our folk idols. And that launched us into being booked as the main act at clubs and festivals on the folk circuit. Eventually, we became a trio with the talented bassist Pacey Shulman. We expanded our repertoire and started playing a wider variety of clubs. Dawn really began to encourage us to record some of our original material, so we headed to Toronto in 1978 to a studio run by a close friend of Dawn's, sound engineer Rod Phelan. We chose the 5 original songs on this album, 3 of mine and 2 of Nora's. Dawn had the wonderful idea to add cello and banjo, played by Dick Van Radschoven, percussion by Mike Kelly, and with Pacey on bass, the all-night recording session felt really good. We came back armed with cassette tapes of our originals and continued to gig for another year or so. But by 1980, musical tastes were starting to shift, and more of the folk community was leaving London. Nora's and my individual musical interests were also pulling us in different directions, and so, with regret, we made the decision to put Colter and Galloway and the recording in mothballs and went our separate musical ways. Nora's passion led her into bluegrass and country, where she had an extraordinary career playing, touring, and recording with numerous well-known bands. And I ended up with a career in what was one of my first musical loves, jazz, as a performer, recording artist, and educator. And while Nora and I kept in touch off and on, we hadn't seen each other for quite a while when I heard that she had passed away in February 2023. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Because despite the fact that we hadn't been a huge presence in each other's lives for many years, we had had that incredible musical connection in the early parts of our career, and it was such a magical time in our lives and in the music business. Everything seemed so hopeful. It was just hard to believe that she was gone. And so in March 2024, when Dawn Spanner contacted me to let me know he'd found the original recordings of our studio session from 1978, it was such an incredible gift. And so with his help, with Rod's incredible remix of the songs from a cassette tape, no less, and the support from Nora's family, her partner Ray, and her sisters Kathleen, Molly, and Sheila, we were able to finally release this wonderful musical moment in time. But this is really a thank you and a dedication to Nora, an extraordinary talent gone far too soon. We were a tremendous influence on each other in those early years when a career in music could easily have faded into something else more practical. My time with Nora cemented my determination to have a full-time career in music. The title of this album Dream Where You Dare, which was suggested by Dawn Spanner, is a line from one of Nora's songs, Brand New Day. It totally encapsulates how we felt in those early days when we were playing together. I only wish that Nora was here to share the launch of this album. I hope you enjoy Dream Where You Dare.
Don't be afraid, I won't push to get inside.